gossip there about Mama Ayomide, the troublesome woman. Make una sit down. Make I gist una.
Madam, pay your NEPA money.
I swear I will not pay. After all, is NEPA giving us light? We only see light like visitor.
Open this door. You insult me. Come outside. Come outside. Let me deal with you today, useless woman.
The compound was the type people described with one sentence. If you want privacy, don't come here. It was a long, aging building somewhere in Nigeria. The classic Face-Me-I-Slap-You arrangement. 10 doors staring at each other like rivals in a wrestling ring. Every cough had witnesses. Every quarrel had spectators. Every celebration became community property. That was where Mr. and Mrs. Obina came to start their life. They were not rich. They were not loud. They were not dramatic. They were simply in love. Mr. Obina was the kind of husband who carried buckets without being asked. The kind that said sorry even when he didn't understand what he did wrong. He called his wife Obim, with softness that made older women smile knowingly. Mrs. Obina was calm, almost too calm for that compound. She was from the eastern part of Nigeria, raised with respect stitched into her voice. She greeted properly. She smiled gently. She moved like someone who believed peace was cheaper than trouble. The day they moved in, the compound turned into reception committee. Welcome all. Fine couple. Hope una go enjoy here. Women offered bowls, advice, and information at the same time. Children volunteered to carry light items just to inspect the newcomers' property. Everyone welcomed them. Everyone except one. At the far end of the corridor, standing behind a slightly faded curtain and her ever-present doormat, was Mama Ayomide. Mama Ayomide did not clap. She did not smile. She did not even blink normally. She watched. Her arms were folded tightly, like she was holding back a personal storm. Her lips were pressed into a thin line of permanent suspicion. In that compound, Mama Ayomide was not just a tenant. She was an institution. The woman everybody avoided. The woman who could turn greeting into insult. People feared her temper. They avoided eye contact. Some timed their cooking so the smoke wouldn't accidentally offend her. So when Mrs. Obina finally noticed her standing there alone, something inside her gentle heart decided to try kindness. She walked toward her. "Good afternoon, ma," she said respectfully. "My name is Mrs. Obina." Her voice carried no pride, only warmth. She stretched out her hand. For one long second, time slowed. Mama Ayomide looked at the hand like it was a suspicious object. Then she lifted her eyes and scanned Mrs. Obina from head to toe, wrapper, slippers, expression, measuring her. The corridor fell silent. Then, bang! Mama Ayomide shut her door without a word. The sound echoed like a warning shot. A child nearby gasped. One woman muttered, "It has started." But Mrs. Obina did something unexpected. She slowly withdrew her hand, and she smiled. Not a forced smile. Not an embarrassed one. Just a small, knowing smile. Then she turned and went back to her husband. Inside her room, Mama Ayomide leaned against the door, frowning. "I don't trust quiet women," she muttered to herself. "They are dangerous." Because in her experience, people either feared her or fought her. But this one did neither. That unsettled her. Before Mrs. Obina ever stepped her peaceful feet into that famous Face-Me-I-Slap-You compound in Nigeria, Mama Ayomide had already built a solid reputation. Not the good kind. If trouble were a university course, Mama Ayomide would have been a professor with a PhD in advanced quarreling and applied insults. She did not need a reason to fight. She needed an audience. If you greeted her too softly, she would snap. "Why are you greeting like that? Am I your mate?" If you greeted her too loudly, "Are you shouting at me? Who are you talking to like that?" If you mistakenly forgot to greet her one morning, That day would not end peacefully. So now you don't bake past greeting, Abby, because you buy new wig. The compound children learned early. If you see Mama Ayomide, cross to the other side like you are avoiding bad network. Her doormat was sacred ground. One tiny drop of water near it. Court case. Hey you, why did you pour water in front of my house? You want to flood my destiny. The person would try to explain. Auntie, it was mistake. But explanation was not allowed in her courtroom. Then came the legendary NEPA battles. Whenever it was time to contribute money for electricity repairs, the caretaker would knock door to door. When he reached her door, the drama would begin before he even spoke. I swear I will not pay. After all, is NEPA giving us light? We only see light like visitor. She would fold her arms and lean on the doorframe like a politician giving campaign speech. The caretaker would plead gently, Madam, transformer spoil. Everybody must contribute. She would laugh. Everybody is not me. When NEPA start giving us 24 hours light, I will pay 24 hours money. But the irony, when her light was disconnected for refusing to pay, she would turn into a human siren. She would storm the caretaker's room. Oga caretaker, you cut my light. You think I am your mate? The whole compound would gather. You that use NEPA money to do business, now business fail you, you want to punish me. The caretaker, a thin man with permanent headache, would try to speak. But Mama Ayomide never allowed finishing of sentences. She would continue. Do you see me plucking money from any tree? I work hard for my money. I spend it wisely. I know be mogo. Meanwhile, 2 days later, she would quietly reconnect herself by begging someone to help, temporarily. The security levy incident was even worse. After a robbery scare in a neighboring compound, the tenants agreed to hire night security. Everybody contributed small money. When they reached Mama Ayomide's store, she adjusted her wrapper like someone preparing for boxing match. Security? For what? To secure who? If thief want to come, will security stop them? The caretaker explained carefully. Madam, it is for everybody's safety. She exploded. Oga caretaker, you are Oloshi. Oloriboku. You think I don't know your plan? First NEPA money, now security money. What is next? Air money. The compound women tried to calm her. Mama Ayomide, it's just small contribution. Small money for you, big money for me. Am I plucking money from tree? She didn't even allow the caretaker to respond. She would continue. You that use NEPA money to do business, now the money no do you. You want to use security as new method. The caretaker adjusted his cap slowly. He looked at the sky like he was asking God for transfer letter. Then he quietly walked away. And that was the pattern. Any meeting, she turned it into wrestling. Any agreement, she opposed it by default. Children feared passing her door. Women avoided sitting near her. Men preferred silence over argument. Even when nothing happened, she would create something. One afternoon, she fought with a woman because smoke from cooking fish entered her window. Another day, she accused someone of looking at my bucket with bad intention. The compound had only one survival strategy. Avoid Mama Ayomide. If they heard her door open, conversations reduced. If they saw her walking, people suddenly remembered urgent errands. Peace existed in the compound only when Mama Ayomide was sleeping. That was the atmosphere. That was the kingdom. Until the day Mrs. Obina moved in. And for the first time, Mama Ayomide met someone who did not fear noise. And that was the beginning of the end of her reign of everyday quarrel. One afternoon, Mrs. Obina poured water outside her kitchen. Unfortunately, a small stream traveled like an adventurous tourist and touched Mama Ayomide's secret doormat. Explosion. Useless woman, you have no respect. I will deal with you one day. Mrs. Obina calmly replied, I'm sorry. I didn't know it would reach her side. But Mama Ayomide continued insulting her family tree, her ancestors, and possibly her unborn grandchildren. Mrs. Obina quietly went inside. That night she told her husband. He sighed. Obim, please remain calm. That woman feeds on reaction. Starve her. She smiled and hugged him. But somewhere deep inside her peaceful heart, a small lion stretched and yawned. The next battle came in the form of 4 cubes of Maggi. One evening there was a knock. Who is there? Ayomide. My mommy said you should give her 4 Maggi. Mrs. Obina blinked. I don't have. Within seconds, Mama Ayomide's voice rose from outside like a siren. You don't have Maggi. Come on, Maggi. Stingy woman. God will judge you. Mrs. Obina whispered to herself. Okay, let me be keeping quiet because of my husband. The compound began placing silent bets. That borehole day did not start with war. It started with sunshine, sleepy greetings, and a metallic kapang-kapang sound of buckets, forming a queue like obedient students. That morning, Mrs. Obina stepped out with her blue bucket, knee trapper tied firmly, her face calm like Sunday service. She placed her bucket gently in line. Everyone noticed. Ah, Mrs. Obina, good morning.
One neighbor greeted. She smiled. Morning, my sister. Peaceful, simple, orderly. Then the atmosphere changed. Mama Ayomide arrived. She did not walk. She arrived. With the confidence of someone who believed rules were optional, she carried her yellow bucket and looked at the line like it offended her ancestors. Without blinking, she bent down, removed Mrs. Obina's bucket, pushed it aside, and replaced it with her own. The compound froze. One woman shouted, Mama Ayomide, it is Mrs. Obina's turn. Another added, leave Hannah. Mama Ayomide began pumping water aggressively, the handle squeaking like it was protesting injustice. Is it your father's borehole? She snapped. Anybody that is not serious should go and dig their own well. Mrs. Obina stood there quietly. She didn't shout. She didn't argue. She just watched. The silence was heavy, too heavy. When Mama Ayomide finished filling her bucket, she lifted it dramatically, adjusting her wrapper like a victorious warrior. She turned to leave. That was when it happened. Soft, calm, deadly, and no fear.
The word floated gently in the air, but it landed like thunder. Mama Ayomide stopped mid-step. Slowly, she turned. This stupid woman, she growled, eyes wide. What did you say? Mrs. Obina did not repeat it. She simply bent down, carried her bucket, and walked inside her room. No argument, no explanation, just silence. And that silence, it was gasoline. Mama Ayomide could survive insult, but being ignored, that was disrespect in 4K. She dropped her full bucket on the ground so hard water splashed like rainfall. Without hesitation, she marched to Mrs. Obina's door. Bang, bang, bang.
Open this door! You insult me! Come outside! Come outside, let me deal with you today, useless woman!
Inside, Mrs. Obina was in her kitchen, stirring soup, singing softly, Onye o mame. Her voice was steady, almost joyful. The banging increased. The compound gathered like cinema audience. One man whispered, today go hot. Another said, why she enter a matter like this? Mama Ayomide kept pounding the door like she was auditioning for action movie. Suddenly, the door opened. Before anyone could blink, Mama Ayomide stormed inside the parlor, still raining insults. You think because you quiet, you strong. I will show you. Click. The door locked. The compound outside gasped. Inside the parlor, the temperature changed. Mrs. Obina walked in slowly from the kitchen, wiping her hands with calm precision. No shouting, no rushing. She looked Mama Ayomide straight in the eye. Madam, she said gently, you stand for your house and insult me. I keep quiet. You stand for borehole and remove my bucket. I keep quiet. Now, you enter my house. Her voice dropped lower. You carry your trouble, enter my parlor. Mama Ayomide suddenly realized something important. The singing woman was gone. Standing before her was a calm storm. Today, Mrs. Obina continued, locking the door properly.
Today you will know why my name is called Madam Obina.
Happened next was not noise, it was correction. Mrs. Obina beat the nonsense come out from Mama Ayomide's. Mrs. Obina moved with unexpected speed. The quiet woman that people thought would always smile through insults suddenly showed another side. Mama Ayomide staggered. Sorry, but Mrs. Obina was not done. You think say quiet mean weak? She asked firmly. Outside, the compound froze. Someone whispered, this one is serious. Inside, Mama Ayomide's confidence began leaking like broken buckets. Please, I know Minam, I know go do again. The same mouth that once insulted caretaker, neighbors, and even electricity authority was now begging for mercy. Sorry, forgive me. Her wrapper shifted, her pride scattered, her voice lost its usual thunder. Mrs. Obina did not shout. She did not curse. She simply delivered consequences. Outside, people gathered at the door, some half shocked, some half satisfied. One woman muttered, so she get mind carry trouble enter person house. Another replied, today she jam correct person. The banging from outside changed tone. Mrs. Obina, please, open door, don't injure her. But even in that heated moment, Mrs. Obina did not lose control. She was not fighting out of madness. She was fighting out of boundary. Finally, she stepped back. Silence. Mama Ayomide quickly adjusted herself, breathing heavily, eyes wide, not from anger anymore, but from realization. The door opened. She rushed out. Not walking, not talking, running. Her usual bold steps replaced with horrid shame. She entered her room and locked herself in. The compound was silent for the first time in months. Even the children sensed something had shifted. That day, something bigger than a fight happened. Fear changed address. Respect rearranged itself. Mama Ayomide, who once moved around like untouchable authority, now walked carefully. Her greetings became softer. Her voice reduced from thunder to small radio volume, and Mrs. Obina, she went back to her kitchen, continued cooking, as if nothing happened, because sometimes it takes one unexpected moment for a bully to meet her equal. And in that Face-Me-I-Slap-You compound in Nigeria, the day Mama Ayomide pleaded was the day the entire corridor learned a lesson. Quiet does not mean powerless, and patience has a limit.
Oh yeah, if you enjoy the gossip very well, I beg subscribe to Tales by MSK for more stories.